Step 1, get a Greyhound bus ticket. Step 2, take a trip to Tijuana, Mexico. Step 3, find the shadiest bar that you can in Tijuana, Mexico. Step 4, ask around at the shadiest bar in Tijuana, Mexico that you can find how to be a drug mule. And then carry said drugs to the United States of America and you'll make about $100,000 a pop. As long as you don't get arrested and spend the next 5 years in jail, congratulations, you're rich. Thank you for attending this TED Talk. Yes, I just told you to make money from doing something very illegal, but I wanted to talk about it because it proves a point. And on top of that, I actually know somebody that did that for my small town. They were a mortgage banker who had invested money in, I assume, dumpy rentals and went bankrupt. About 15 years ago, right around the time a little bit before I got into real estate. And he went down with his family to their last vacation before he declared bankruptcy and sold everything. And he met somebody at a shady bar who said, would you like to make $100,000 in 48 hours? And he said, well, why, yes. Yes, I would. And he ferried a little package across the border. And his contact in Texas gave him $100,000. And then his life was really happy till he wanted more money. And then he went back to the same dumpy little bar and did it again for another $100,000 in 48 hours. Then on the third time, he got caught and went in jail. And it was a very, very big deal in my little town that an upstanding, fine husband and father / mortgage banker would do something so shady and so illegal and end up in jail for a very, very long time. That's my mortgage banker person that I have. I also have a personal friend of mine who I grew up with in Southern Ohio, and he's currently in federal prison because he found out that you can buy, it's not the rock, and it's not the spoon substance, but there's another illicit substance that you could easily buy a few years ago off something like Alibaba. And he ordered accidentally 100 kilos of said product. He told me he only meant to get 20 kilos, but they accidentally mailed him 100 kilos of said substance worth between $2 and $3 million. I don't know because the stories kind of run together and I don't know. He live streams me from his jail cell every so often. He's due out from federal prison in August, I guess. And he made this decision to do something very, very illegal for several $1 million. And he got caught and he is serving his time in jail. He was your typical Breaking Bad type person. He wanted to sell illicit substances to pay off college loans. He was, and I guess still is, in $150,000 worth of college debt. And then he owed the IRS like another $100,000 because he was, I don't know, selling Bitcoin miners on the internet or something like that. I can't remember what he was doing, but he owed people like $250,000. And he decided that he was going to try his luck and that he was going to do something very, very illicit and very, very illegal. So why I wanted to do this video is I get these questions all the time now that I'm hillbilly famous on YouTube about risk and reward and how to get your mindset set correctly so that you can make lots and lots of money. And no, I'm not encouraging you to sell something illegal or illicit or get something that's in trouble, but it's to prove a point. Now, I'm going to show you a magical program that will make you rich if you learn how to operate it. In fact, all of my multimillionaire friends know how to use this secret, awesome, amazing computer program that's been with virtually every computer that I've run into manufactured after 1988. So you probably have access to this amazing program. Here we go. It's another Excel video. I've had to give you 2 Breaking Bad level stories in order to get you to watch a spreadsheet video. This is it, guys. It's Excel. Every single human being on the face of the planet needs to learn how to use Excel. I'm sorry. If you guys want to get rich, I could do the flashy video and rent a Porsche or a Ferrari or whatever, and we could have attractive women in it, or I could show you, I could talk about Excel. And I'm going to talk about Excel because if you want to make money, you need to learn how to use Excel. And going back to my drug story, there are certain things you can do in life that are extravagantly risky, and you can make money off of them. I promise you, I'm not encouraging you to do anything illicit. But there are extravagantly risky things that you could do, like trading naked options or ultra leveraged options, which I know a person that I personally know, they lost $500,000 of it. And it was from an inheritance, and they've got screwed out of a secondary inheritance, very likely because they lost $500,000 day trading options. And that's totally illegal to do, and it's extravagantly risky. I've met like 2 people that have done it successfully and made millions off of it. But the 900 other people I've talked to have made no money on it whatsoever. So there's this chart, and I'm going to put it at the bottom of here, of different things that you could do in your own life between dealing and regularly investing in ETFs. If you are the kind of person that would like to be a multimillionaire at some point in your life, all you need to do is take as much money as you possibly can do, put it in ETFs, exchange traded funds. They're like mutual funds, things like boring things like Vanguard. Keep depositing money in an account like Webull. This video isn't sponsored by Webull, but you should be opening an account with them and putting money in it by boring ETFs, and someday you'll be rich. It's amazing. You'll be rich. Almost guaranteed. I can't say guaranteed because the SEC will be on me and it'll be almost illegal. But there's all these different things that you can do in life. And on one end of the spectrum, there's ETFs. And on the other end of the spectrum, there's day trading and stuff like that. And then there's all these things that you could be doing in between them that carry a little bit more risk than buying broad-based mutual funds. Things like real estate. You could do vending. You could buy a laundromat. You could buy a restaurant, which is very risky. You could trade options, which is extremely risky. You could trade real estate options, which in my opinion is not risky. You could start a car lot. You could buy car paper. You could buy real estate paper. You could buy tax liens. You could buy antique coins. You could buy antique cars. There are thousands of ways to make money, but all of them carry some sort of risk. And risk is mitigated by your knowledge base. The things that you know up here and what you learn, either it be through mentorship directly from people you know, maybe it's taking an online course, maybe it's just watching endless YouTube videos from hillbilly laundromat owners in central southern Ohio. I mean, there's all these different ways to learn different ways to make money online. And there's people like Dave Ramsey, Graham Stephan, Marco Whiteboard Finance that have all these wonderful finance videos. Also, Minority Mindset, who's one of my absolute favorites. And they talk about how to save money and how to make money. And for the most part, those videos are very, very accurate. There's very, very rarely a one-size-fits-all solution. But if you watch all these people, all this financial content, they'll give you a pretty good pathway or an idea plan to be wealthy at some point in your life. And you've got to decide whether you're the kind of person that's okay with being wealthy at some point, or you want to try and take on some more risk. I take on some risk with real estate, but it's so good of an idea to just take, when you have not made a decision on what it is you want to do, whether it's start a car lot or buy some laundromats or real estate, you should be putting as much money as humanly possible in ETFs. This isn't the Dave Ramsey plan. He tells you to buy mutual funds. I'm not a fan of that. Buy ETFs like Vanguard. Charles Schwab is opening up a Vanguard competitor. They're cool too. Buy something that's broad fund, S&P 500. If you get on our Investment Joy Discord, you can see what I'm buying. And you can buy my stuff, you know, the things I'm buying in. But the thing is, based on standard compounding interest, you'll be rich. It's just a mathematical almost certainty that if you say can take $250 a month, and this is your month, and we're doing this live on Excel because you can do these financial calculations so easy. So you're at month 1, you've got $250, and you should learn to do these equations. I talked to a guy last night who is worth 9 figures, meaning he's worth over $100 million, And he said, man, I hated learning Excel when I was in my mid-20s, but now I use it, and I use it to buy gigantic apartment complexes. And this program I'm using here, which is it's $89.95 from Microsoft for the yearly subscription. You can use Google Spreadsheets. I run crap loads of my rental company on Google Spreadsheets, and people get mad at me. Or you can get LibreOffice or Open Office. They're free. If you want to go with Excel, you can pay. Excel's a little bit better. But don't let the $89 subscription make you convinced that you can't do it. Just get Google Docs for free. And you can run financial calculations. So here we are. Let's say you're making let's say you make 1% a month. And then you can save $250 a month, which for some people, some people can't save $250 a month. A lot of people can. I don't know where you are on the financial spectrum, but on month number 2, you save what you did from the month before. C4 plus 250 times 1.1. I'm doing this all live, like I said. Hopefully the calculation's right. Oh, there we go. So we've made a little extra money on that month. Oh, that's 10%, sorry. 1% compounding. And on month number 2, you make an extra $2.50. Now, anybody that understands finances or investing and stuff, you're like, oh, I know where Brandon's going with this. This video is not for you. Watch it and help me collect some delicious YouTube ad revenue. But I've talked to so many people on Discord that have never heard of this. They've never heard of compounding interest. It's like somebody who's been blind their whole life and they can't see color. You need to learn how compounding interest works because you'll make tons of money off of it. So here we are after a year. Hopefully, I blew this up because people said the last Excel video I did, you couldn't see it. So at month 13, you have managed to save a little over $3,000. And you're making some interest. I'm sure the Excel guys are really, really sad. So then here on month number 14, and I'm doing this live because I want you guys to see the circular. See how Excel works because it's a financial program that you all should know how to use. So what we're doing is we're doing a spreadsheet and these financial calculations on how much money you'll make over the course of time. And we'll scroll through this, and I'm going to edit here and do the whole thing. Okay, I've had to admit it took me longer to do this spreadsheet than I thought. So I would skip forward in time a little bit, and here I've completed the estimates or the spreadsheet of saving $250 a month for the next a little over 6 years. So we start off at month 1, and here after a year, you have saved back $3,027.50. Then after the course of 2 years, you are almost at $10,000 that you've saved back plus the interest that you've earned. And in 6 years, you are at $18,177.50. And what's so important here that people have to realize is that if you don't start saving like right now, you're probably not going to do it tomorrow. And there's probably not going to be some event or thing that changes your mind, because everybody has to make this choice whether you're going to save money and invest money or you're just going to spend it on stupid stuff or not make the decisions that it takes today to set yourself on the trajectory to be wealthy in the future. And the nice thing is, if you open up an account like this, you don't have to keep with ETFs and buying Vanguard or large broad market funds. You could say after 3, 4, 5, 6 years, maybe you want to get into heating and cooling or vending machines or buy your first real estate property and a rental and things like that, or a car lot. You could take the money out of the market and you could go and do those things if you feel that you are skilled. This stuff right here doesn't take skill, and hopefully you've got some sort of W-2 income, a side hustle, some sort of way that you're making a little bit of money that you could set back in an account. But I've got right under here on my Excel, if you did not save any more money, you did not want to do real estate, you didn't want to do anything like that, and all you could do is save $250 a month, which if you could live affordably, working 40-ish hours at a $10 an hour job, which I absolutely did when I was making $11 at the warehouse. When I was working at a warehouse, I didn't have any problem saving $250 a month, and I put in a 401k. And here, if you look at this chart, after 30 years of doing that, you are on the heels of having $1 million to your name. After 40 years, you've got $2.6 million. And I know that doesn't excite a lot of people, but you've got to get excited about the potential of making a lot of money in the future. And until you can change your mindset that these kinds of things are long-term answers. I realize there's a lot of people that get on YouTube and they're looking for a cheap, easy way to make a bunch of money quick. And those, from my perspective, they don't exist. Yeah, sometimes you can get lucky. I've met people that have gone out 24 hours after learning how to wholesale real estate, and they've made $15,000 just like that. But the thing is, those are very rare situations. Can anybody make money in real estate? I think so, but it's something that it takes a lot of research and education and knowledge, and I don't know where that is for everybody. For me, it was from 2006 when I got my real estate license to 2013. That's what, 8 years ish. It took me all that time to get the knowledge that's 7 years. It took me all that time to get the knowledge and the understanding and the education and the things to buy my first rental property. And in the course of a little over 6 years, I've bought 140 rentals through partnerships and investment money and bank loans and things like that. So it took me 7 years to start and then 6 years to do what I did, but it carries some risk, and it's what I've wanted to do. Other people are more risk adverse. Some people are less risk adverse. If you're older, you might want to take on, you might be in a place where you're wanting to take on risk because you don't feel like you have any ability to retire. If you're younger, you don't have to take on that risk yet. You can just save money back. So do me a favor, sign up to a retirement account like a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. There's a link below in the description to a company called Webull. I'm in their influencer program. I get some money back if you guys open up an account and put $100. There's also a link to a company called Robinhood. They give both of us free stocks if we open an account. Webull will give you 2 stocks if you deposit $100. Robinhood will give you 1 free stock if you just sign up. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Yes, I have to clickbait and try and get people to click on my videos, but I would hope that you guys would realize that this is honest financial content, and I'm not really making much money off of it. The goal of this YouTube channel is to try and help people like I was when I was 18 years old, getting a job at a warehouse, and I had no clue on what to do. Dad had a heart attack, and I had to go make money so we wouldn't lose our house. We did anyway, but it would have been nice to have some more financial content. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.